Hi, and welcome to Anne Action. I'm Anne Hudson, your host, film reviewer, and pop culture correspondent, covering the people and stories shaping film, television, music, and culture today. Let's have some fun.
That's what these are for.
So I'm here at this beautiful winery that's welcomed us to their beautiful space. It's 1111 here in Napa. You can see it in our background. Proud Bay Area girl, now based in Napa, so happy to use this as our filming location. I want to welcome Michael James Asberry, to the seat. He is a professional actor for more than 20 years. You may recognize him from some great movies like San Andreas and from local television series that was on for quite a while. How long was that on?
Next Bridges?
Yeah. 6 years, maybe?
At least six.
At least 6 years with Don Johnson. He gets recognized for that quite a bit, and that was filmed right here in our beautiful Bay Area as well. But when you hear him really speak in a minute, we get to the privilege of hearing his beautiful voice and making him cringe and blush on purpose. But you will recognize him from the Mr. Incredible and Pals, and also from some national commercials, such as the Pine Sol commercial. He played the General. It was a great commercial as well. So many, too many to mention. And of course, the theater circuit. He's been very active in the theater circuit here and across the country, truly. But here, he's been in Fences and Two Trains Running and lots of others, too many to mention. So without further ado, welcome Michael to Anne Action, my very first guest. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be here.
Well, you heard your list, so I mean, I needed you. I needed credibility for the show, so thank you.
You got credibility.
For bringing that.
You got credibility.
Okay, thank you for that too. I didn't pay for that. Well, I didn't pay for anything. Anyway, but thank you for coming. I wanted to talk a little bit about, you've been doing this for a little while. You must have maybe a favorite role, and so let's just start, maybe jump right in and talk about the favorite role that you have in any capacity. It could be, you have so much to choose from: theater, voiceover, movies.
Yeah, a lot of favorites. The first one that comes to mind is on stage. I played Troy in Fences, and I've done Fences 3 times already.
Yeah, such an iconic role and an iconic play as well.
Yeah, that was I think it was the role that I have coveted the longest, and I got a chance to play it. I think it was 2022 now, and without a doubt, that was my favorite of all the characters I think that I played.
Yeah. What about that? What about that role stands out as a favorite?
Because the character seemed so familiar. He reminded me of my grandfather, and the dynamic between.
What's your grandfather's name?
Walter Asberry,
Walter
Senior.
Senior.
And he reminded me of my grandfather, and his son Corey reminded me of my dad, and the dynamic between the two of them.
Oh,
and he just felt so familiar. And he came from the South and migrated to Pennsylvania, and like my family migrated from Mississippi to Chicago, and just so many familiarities and similarities. And so that's why that resonated with me. I think.
That's great. It's great when you have that like family connection too. It really adds to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that kind of leads me into my first question. When you first read a script, what's the first thing that you respond to emotionally, even before you kind of get into the technique?
Emotionally, I try to figure out what the character is looking for, and I think that kind of directs me to where I'll place the emotion and how to place the emotion. So I think that's the first thing that I look at. What does this person want? What are they trying to get to? And
what's the goal? The character goal.
What's the character's goal? And also how the other characters in the scenes either help him or try to deter him from getting that particular goal, reaching that particular goal.
That's the kind of the genesis of the character.
Yeah.
The construction.
Yeah.
Great. Through a moment when a character surprised you, and maybe you made choices that you didn't plan to make based on the character as you were in the moment.
Yes. I did a play called Exit Strategy, and it was about this school that was closing down. And I played a teacher who was very instrumental in trying to hold the school together, and then he'd been beaten down by the process. And he was resigned to the fact that this is all going to go away. And there was a student who was desperately trying to keep the school open. And there was a scene where this student and my character had this conversation. It was kind of confrontational. And I said some really harsh things to this student. And in every other performance that we had done up to this particular point, the student would kind of take that and kind of tuck his tail and move away. And one night, the student had a sheet of paper in his hand, and he took it and he just smacked it on my chest before he left. And I remember I was in the moment as the character, I was fuming.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it was amusing because I was like,
Because you were expecting it.
I did not see that coming. And so
And it seemed like it fit the character too, what you said, with both characters.
it was completely
Yeah.
appropriate to do that, but it hadn't happened before. And so he leaves the stage after he does that, and I had to sit with that until the next scene comes around, which I was also in. So I had to regroup before the next scene began. And so carrying that moment into the next scene was totally unexpected. And it was a moment a lesson in concentration and focus, and being able to be flexible
and
in the moment.
That's interesting too. Did it change your perspective going into the next scene? Do you feel like it changed how you responded in the next scene because you were carrying that emotional piece with you?
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did, yes. What was interesting is that the next scene was a very heavy emotional scene. And so it starts off, the following scene started off a little light. Yeah. And then it got heavy as the scene moved along. And so the transition from what I just experienced to that kind of playfulness that the other scene kind of started with, that was interesting to manage that.
It sounds like it would be a good transition and a good way. I mean, it also brings up the kind of the thought of when you're working with different people, them trying different elements in the scene. Exploring that. Do you like doing that? Do you like partners or scene partners that do that? That kind of like do unexpected things to bring something different, or?
I guess it depends on what it is.
Right.
So,
that makes sense.
So yes, technically yes, but it depends on what they would do. But what it forces you to do, and I actually heard Viola Davis speak about this during a conversation Steve was having recently, is that you can't bring this rehearsed performance into the project with you. Right. You just have to prepare a character and then be ready to roll with whatever happens when the lights are on.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's the authenticity of the moment of the character.
Because you're living in that moment.
You're becoming realizing a character or coming to into a character in a scene. So that I guess so you could be more honest. Something you realized about yourself that you had to face about yourself, so you could be more honest in a scene.
I remember doing a play where there was a character who was involved in this relationship that his family was completely against. And he was committed to it. No matter what anybody said, he was committed to this relationship, and the relationship was abusive. He was being emotionally and verbally abused in this relationship. By the partner. And he refused to let it go, even though his family's like pleading with him, this is not good for you. And I guess what I had to accept for myself, I guess, is that even though that's not something I saw myself doing, I had to accept that people do this, and they do things that they're kind of, I can't say unaware of, because he understood what was happening, but that he was so caught up in the circumstance that he couldn't tear himself away from it. And I had to accept that these things happen, and that it could happen to me. And I've certainly been in circumstances that I didn't feel comfortable in. Yeah. And I had to look at that and say, yeah, this, you can connect to this. It doesn't feel comfortable. You don't like it. You don't like that about yourself, but it happened. It can happen. And you have to play that. You have to play the truth in that. And I guess, does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Yeah. Well, I was thinking as you were talking too, like, it also informs maybe your perspective about other people around you. Like maybe you're either, like you said, remembering something that's happened that made you feel that way, or someone that was telling you what they were going through, and maybe at the time you couldn't really you didn't really understand what they were saying. Yes. It gives you a place of understanding.
All of that happened.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, remembering being in a situation that was uncomfortable for me. Yeah. That happened. Thinking of people that had been in that situation that I knew of. That happened. And sometimes it would happen like on stage. It was like, I think about that person that was telling me the story. Well, this is what happened. And I was being mistreated, and I love her anyway. And I'm gonna make this thing work. And me thinking, I don't know if that's a good idea. Right. But
based on what I know,
but I'm not sure, but I'm playing that. And so I had to embrace that.
Those are some of those harder moments.
That was not an easy one. I remember reading the script in advance, and there was a gentleman who recommended me for the role. God bless him. And I remember calling him when I was reading the script. I was like, I don't know about this, man. I don't know if I can play this. And he gave me some very sage words of advice, and I'll keep that between he and I. But what he said to me made me accept it. and said, well, yeah, actually,
I can do
you got
this.
a point. I can do this, and I should do this. And it was something that I think led to some growth.
Oh, that's good. It's like getting a little therapy in the process.
Most of this is therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it's therapy.
I know a lot of actors say that too, that they're able to work through
It's without a
a
doubt.
lot of things in their
Without a doubt.
That's interesting. And I guess along those lines, do you remember a role, or is it often that you feel like you're existing in a character? What is it that would unlock that for you in a character?
It's hard to say what it is, but I know it when I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely existed in Troy when I played Troy in Fences.
Mm-hmm.
I existed in that. There were nights where I would come off stage thinking, wow, it's over. That went quick.
Yeah.
Because it was just consumed. Just consumed it. It just felt so familiar.
Like natural.
Yeah.
That's cool. A silent moment in character. How do you approach that?
I'm listening for sure. If my character is silent, I'm listening to whatever else is going on stage, and I'm following the story. My main focus is how do I best tell the story. And if I'm not saying anything, then that's a way of telling the story as well. Are you paying attention? Are you listening? What are you watching? What do you see? Is there some movement that you're kind of clocking while that scene is going on? That brings up an interesting memory of where I was going to play. I'm Not Rappaport was the name of the play, and I played this 80-some-odd-year-old man.
You were brilliant in that, by the way. Sidebar.
You're the best. Thank you.
It's true.
And there was a scene where the other elderly character in the play is speaking with his daughter on this park bench, and they're having this really heavy, intense conversation, and I'm on another bench pretending to be asleep, but I'm listening to their conversation. And I remember one night I dozed off on stage. I know it's the worst.
It's kind of in character for that character.
I mean, it was in character,
for that character.
but
I mean, like for real, like.
all night dozed off.
That's
It was. I'm not sure. It couldn't have been long, but I remember I would close my eyes.
Did he notice? Did he even notice?
No one noticed.
Oh,
No one noticed. And I woke up in a panic. I was so panicked because I knew that I had dozed off. And it couldn't have been for long. And I was like, where are we in the story?
Right.
And I didn't know where I was, where we were in terms of the story, but I heard them talking. And so when I could hear that they were still talking, and then I could get back to where they were in the conversation, then I was okay, but I was terrified.
That's hilarious.
That was one of the worst experiences I've had. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened.
Not to laugh at your pain, but it is funny. It is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little funny. Well, you were on a bench.
In retrospect.
In retrospect, you were on a bench and you were playing, someone a little older, so.
I was an older guy who was supposed to be sleeping on
I
the
want to
bench.
say you were in character.
I was
say.
too deep in
Maybe
character.
too deep in character. You got lost in that one.
Oh man, never again. I'll tell you what it taught me though.
Don't do
Never again.
Yeah.
I won't make that mistake again.
Is there a misconception people have about your process as an actor, and is there something you feel you wish more understood about the acting process?
I don't know if there are misconceptions and misunderstandings about the process. That I don't know. I think that some people may have a misconception about the level of stardom for doing this as an actor. I think that might be a misconception. Thank you.
It's true.
And there was a scene where the other elderly character in the play is speaking with his daughter on this park bench, and they're having this really heavy, intense conversation, and I'm on another bench pretending to be asleep, but I'm listening to their conversation. And I remember one night I dozed off on stage. I know it's the worst.
It's kind of in character for that character.
I mean, it was in character,
for that character.
but
I mean, like for real, like.
all night dozed off.
That's
It was. I'm not sure. It couldn't have been long, but I remember I would close my eyes.
Did he notice? Did he even notice?
No one noticed.
Oh,
No one noticed. And I woke up in a panic. I was so panicked because I knew that I had dozed off. And it couldn't have been for long. And I was like, where are we in the story?
Right.
And I didn't know where I was, where we were in terms of the story, but I heard them talking. And so when I could hear that they were still talking, and then I could get back to where they were in the conversation, then I was okay, but I was terrified.
That's hilarious.
That was one of the worst experiences I've had. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened.
Not to laugh at your pain, but it is funny. It is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little funny. Well, you were on a bench.
In retrospect.
In retrospect, you were on a bench and you were playing, someone a little older, so.
I was an older guy who was supposed to be sleeping on
I
the
want to
bench.
say you were in character.
I was
say.
too deep in
Maybe
character.
too deep in character. You got lost in that one.
Oh man, never again. I'll tell you what it taught me though.
Don't do
Never again.
Yeah.
I won't make that mistake again.
Is there a misconception people have about your process as an actor, and is there something you feel you wish more understood about the acting process?
I don't know if there are misconceptions and misunderstandings about the process. That I don't know. I think that some people may have a misconception about the level of stardom for doing this as an actor. I think that might be a misconception. But that's the misconception that I think that I've encountered the most, is that people think you're like the box office marquee star.
But you know what it is? It's like most people don't. I've been in the media industry for a while, so I've been fortunate to interact with a lot of people at different levels. But a lot of people don't get that experience. So to them, they've seen you on a screen. That's superstar. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that you're able to feed yourself as an actor, and that's all you do. You don't have it's not your side job; it's your full job. And it has been like So so just take your accolades.
I appreciate it, and I'm proud of everything that I've done. I take great pride in everything that I've done. I've done a couple of film projects that probably nobody has seen. And I had a great time doing all of those. And I'm really proud of everything I've done. But I think
that's the biggest misconception.
I think people think that I'm driving a Bentley and
and you're like, not yet.
I'm like, not Bentley. I'm driving a vehicle, but it's not a Bentley.
You have a vehicle.
I have a vehicle.
Pay for it.
It is a paid for vehicle. I do have that.
This is an interesting one that I was thinking about. Can you describe a scene that challenged your ego and you had to let it go to serve the story?
I don't think so. I feel confident, but I try not to bring a whole lot of ego into it. It's not a competition for me, and so I don't think I've got caught in an ego issue in my acting experience. No, I've been challenged on stage with many
egos. I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say that. But that's
not the challenge you were speaking of.
That's not the challenge I was referring to, but
I'm just projecting.
That happens. But no, the challenges I think that I find are just in the character and the circumstances that the character is in, and how does he work his way out of that. And those are the biggest challenges I think that I find.
That cracked me up. Okay, who are you? This is a good one, I think. I wrote these, but anyway, who are you when you strip away the character? Who are you when you strip away the character? Like, what part of you do you bring to every role that you
do? I think I bring something to every role. It's just what
what version of you?
What version of me am I bringing to the character? And I remember playing a math professor in a play, and math was not my strongest subject when I was a student.
Me either.
But there was some I resonated with it, and I remember.
That sounds like a knock.
I thought it was a knock.
This is the wind, I think.
I remember having a moment while I was delivering a particular scene, and it reminded me of when a subject clicked while I was in a math class, and so that was enlightening and helpful.
Yeah.
But
always a good feeling.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember my job.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't flunk out all of my classes, but
just mean statistics. I'm for some reason oddly good at it. It's very hard.
I remember scoring pretty well in statistics in college too. Shocking.
That's the way you said the click. That's what that made me think of. Like,
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a moment.
We talked a little bit about emotions and how those come into play, and then tapping into family and different characters and different experiences. What's the most emotionally dangerous role you've taken, and did it cost you something to go there?
Ooh, I don't know that it cost, but there are a couple of roles that I've done that that definitely it brought out emotions that I didn't realize I hadn't explored yet, and there were a couple of scenes, and there were scenes where I was talking to or about someone who had passed, and those were hard. Every single night they would take everything out of me, and I remember I would fight it and say tonight I'm not gonna get emotional during the scene. And my scene partners, Margot, God bless Margot. She would say, "I'm gonna get you tonight. I'm gonna get you. You're gonna try, but I'm gonna get you." And without fail,
it became her mission.
It was her mission.
Yeah.
So once she saw me go, she was like, "Oh, you're going every
I
night."
got you. Yeah.
And true to form, I went every night. And so that was one scene that was just charged emotionally, and it would get me every night. And did that, and I did a play called Top Dog Underdog, and there was a scene, where he talks about losing his friend in the dice game. Same thing, and it just took all the emotion out, and I'd be just drained every night after each of those shows.
I was going to say, is there? There's an art, obviously, to being able to expend that kind of emotion, but also to kind of harness it in a way, like a release and harness at the same time. Is that where the challenge comes in, trying to harness it, or just having to go there itself?
I think having to go there was the challenge, and kind of battling against trying to harness it, I guess, and just realizing that you can't.
Just go with
it.
it.
You got to go with it, or or don't do it.
Right.
And those were the options, and so.
And you committed. To you can't not that you're like, here we go, we're going.
So we're going together now.
We're going in. We're going there.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I was curious about your process on that. If we watched your earliest performance, and then we
do I have to?
And then we put it side by side with your most recent performance, what would you hope we see has changed?
That's an interesting question. What would I hope that you see has changed? I would hope that you see just a more confident performance, I think, is what I would hope that you would see. Because I tried to exude confidence in those early performances when there was no confidence to have yet. So,
projected confidence.
There was projected confidence, acting.
And getting to know you kind of questions. Like I know some of the answers.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't think I know these though.
No.
What's your favorite cheat meal? And I say cheat just meaning like your favorite, like today I'm just gonna have some fun and I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Like is there a specific meal that's a go-to?
I don't know if I have a go-to.
I was thinking about The Rock. I was watching one of his videos.
Yeah.
He's got like 15 pancakes and some meat in it, or something like that. And Terramana.
I've seen
free plug for Terramana.
I can't do like he does.
And I know you're not a drinker. I know you don't do that, but
I don't know. I have so many favorites of everything. I mean, the first thing that came to mind when you said cheat meal, and it's not even a cheat meal. It's not unhealthy.
Yeah.
Jamaican jerk chicken, peas and rice, fried plantains.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong. Says the Jamaican
it's a can't miss.
You
Right.
can't go wrong on that.
Right. It's a can't miss.
Which is really, I think people call cheat. I don't think there's a good and bad food. I just think you want something sometimes. But we out here trying to stay healthy.
Right.
We don't have everything all the time. So
I
so
don't have it all the time.
that's your go-to.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Pretty good one.
Okay, I like that. And then, do you have non-food related guilty pleasure? Be a TV show or I don't know, movie.
I mean, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but I'm a Looney Tunes, fan. That's my wind down often. Is those old Looney Tunes cartoons. Super Chicken, Tom Slick, all those.
That's a good one.
Guilty pleasure? Yeah, no.
Cartoons.
I mean, I don't feel guilty about it.
You don't feel guilty about it. Well, I would say I love everything reality, and I don't feel guilty or ashamed or
see what I'm saying?
unapologetic about it.
Yeah, no.
But
no guilt.
It would be a guilty pleasure, I guess, because not everybody does it. I don't know.
It used to be video games.
Okay.
Video games was, if I had to call it that, and I love that too, but I haven't done it in a long time, but I still got my PlayStation, so I'll break it out.
Yeah, every once in a while.
I'll break it out.
There's a new, we're in the Bay Area, so there's a brand new Dave & Buster's in Jack London.
Is it there?
I think it's there.
I heard
it
they're
just
opening.
broke ground on it. I think
Okay.
we'll have to go check it out. Let's go play some games.
Let's
do
do
that.
it.
Let's do that another day.
Let's do it.
Okay, top 3 movies of all time. And this is good. I know this is a hard question, but we're gonna narrow it down to the top 3. Just for this.
The first one that comes to mind is A Soldier Story, which is A Soldier's Play.
It's a complicated first choice.
I love that movie.
Was
I've
it?
been dying to do the play.
Oh yeah.
I'm dying to do the
He's
play.
available to do the play if you're watching.
Just say when. A Soldier's Play, I'm in. You
Hit me up in
said
the
3.
comments, I'll connect
Let's see. So that's 1. Malcolm X. Denzel and Joe Orlando.
Oh, and a classic combo.
You know,
So good.
and this is no particular order, and I got way more than 3. But the third one that comes to mind is Shaft.
Oh.
Not the first Shaft, but I Love Richard Roundtree. That's a classic. And that's ranks.
Yeah.
But the Shaft with Jeffrey Wright. Samuel Jackson played Shaft, and Jeffrey Wright played the Dominican drug lord.
Yeah.
I will go to my grave saying that Jeffrey Wright should have won an Oscar for that.
Wow.
I thought his performance was
I'm gonna have to rewatch that just off of that. You're reminding me about it.
phenomenal. Just, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It's outstanding.
Wow.
Just the accent, the physicality, he killed that role.
Okay, I'm gonna rewatch that one.
It's worth
That's a
it.
good one.
It's
Those
worth
were three good, unexpected choices for.
And they just popped in.
That's what I'm
So-
saying. You know, it could change on it, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's in 5 minutes.
But you seem pretty sure about those, though. That
I'm pretty sure those three I like.
Yeah, that you like.
And
That
love.
they're strong. Yeah.
There'll be more here. I got more.
I mean, yeah, those are great. And then we'll do like a deeper one. Like, what are you most proud of? And this is just in your life to this point.
In my life, well, my daughter. That's what I'm most proud of. And I know people might say that's an easy answer,
It's the truth.
but it's a fact.
I mean, she's perfect, so we can.
I mean, she's
She's the
that. She is the that for me. I'm proud of everything I've done. You know, proud of. I had a good academic career as a young man, and I had a good athletic career as an athlete. I can look back on that with basketball and track and field. I'm very proud of what I did there. I'm proud of what I've done as a parent. I'm proud of what I did as a sibling. I'm proud. I'm proud of what I've done. I think I've been a good friend to most of the people that I know.
I think you've been
Who might take issue? I don't know.
I mean, they're not here, so I'll say yes, you've been a good friend. I'm sorry.
I think
We're
so.
friends. I think you're a good friend.
I'm proud of a lot of things. Yeah, I'm proud of most things. I'm proud to be alive. I'm proud to be healthy. You know,
Yeah.
just
Sound mind.
yeah, a sound mind. You know, today.
Well, and you know, we need to talk a lot about your environment and where you grew up and stuff, but
Pittsburgh, CA.
it's
Pittsburgh, California.
coming out of Pittsburgh. There's
Small
not
town.
a small town.
It
It's
was a
a
small town.
Yeah. It's
Not
bigger.
anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
It's at least 3 times the size it was when I was growing up.
That's true. It's gotten
Yeah.
bigger. But from when you came out from a smaller town, and
Small town. I appreciate it more now than I did before. I couldn't wait to leave when I was
yeah,
coming out of it. But there was a whole lot of other stuff going on that I needed to get away from.
right.
But I appreciate my upbringing far more now than I did before. It's just people were responsible. They looked out for you, even if they weren't your immediate family. You know,
One of the nice community things about a small town is that
everybody knew you. If you
Yeah.
stepped out of line, somebody's going to check you, and
right, not in your family.
not in your family.
Neighbor.
And they call your mom and all that whole deal. And so yeah, it was a simple time,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it
Yeah.
more so now.
Well, I'm proud of you too.
Thank
You've stepped out and doing exactly what you love, something you love to do every day,
Yeah.
and that's something to be proud of. And look forward to seeing what's next. Oh, before we wrap up, any upcoming projects you want to shout out that you're doing that we can look out for? I know you have some.
I do.
upcoming coming up.
Yes, I'll be performing in the Santa Cruz Shakespeare summer season. I'll be doing the Scottish play, Macbeth, and
And playing who in Macbeth?
Lennox.
Okay.
Lennox, Macbeth, and I'll be playing Bono in another production of Fences.
Oh,
And so
love
very
that.
excited.
I can't wait to see you. I'll be there. And again, I'm very proud of you. Very excited for you. You're making the Bay Area proud. We can't wait to see what else you're going to do next. And I appreciate you
I'm
coming.
proud of you.
Thank you.
You do a microphone.
I know in the microphone. Thank you for doing this today. I can't wait to have everybody see it, and maybe you'll get somebody knocking on your door for something new very soon.
I hope so.